Hey everyone, it's Alex, and I am here casting my votes for the 43rd Annual People's Choice Awards. As I mentioned in my People's Choice Awards nominations video, the People's Choice Awards is one of the few award shows where both the nominees and the winners can be chosen online by the general public, instead of by a group of professional filmmaking voters, like with the Oscars. There's a ton of categories to get through, and unlike last year, I'm not necessarily going to vote in every single category. For instance, if there's a category where I'm not familiar with any of the nominees, or if I haven't seen or heard anything in that category, then I'm not going to vote for it. But most of these categories I should be able to vote for at least something. So, sorry about my camera there. I'm holding my handheld camera as I cast all these votes, so this is not going to be easy, but I'm going to do the best I can. So here we go. Let's begin voting for the People's Choice Awards. For favorite movie. Now, with these, out of these nominees, I'm going to go with Zootopia. Alright. For favorite movie actor, come on. I think I'm going to go with Tom Hanks. Well, actually, no, this is a very easy pick for me. I can't stand Kevin Hart, and I haven't seen Deadpool or Suicide Squad, so Tom Hanks is pretty much my only choice there. But Tom Hanks is also one of my favorite actors of all time, so that's an added bonus for me. Alright, favorite movie actress. Now, many of these ladies have not necessarily had the best year in movies. Many of their films haven't exactly gotten great reviews. But if I were to pick these ladies just based on their careers as a whole and just who I like in general, I'd have to go with Jennifer Lawrence. For favorite action movie. I have not seen any of these 5 movies, so I'm going to skip it. Favorite action movie actor. Out of these men, the only movie I've seen is Independence Day Resurgence, and I did not like Liam Hemsworth in that movie, so skip it. Favorite action movie actress. Now, in my first video, I was wondering why Zoe Saldana was nominated here, and after I edited that video, I realized she, of course, is in Star Trek Beyond. I'm always forgetting that she's part of the Star Trek movies, mainly because I've only seen the first Star Trek movie. And because I haven't seen any of these actresses' action movies this year, I'm going to skip over this category. Favorite animated movie voice. Oh, shoot. Didn't mean to highlight it like that. Come on. There we go. So for favorite animated movie voice, like I said in my nominations video, I love almost all these nominees. The one exception that I don't like here is Kevin Hart in The Secret Life of Pets, because, as I said in my nominations video, his character in that film, Snowball, is easily one of the most annoying animated characters I've ever seen. I know some people thought he was the funniest thing about that movie, but I just honestly don't understand how you came up with that conclusion. I really don't. But of the other 4, Bill Murray, Ellen DeGeneres, Ginnifer Goodwin, Jason Bateman, between those 4, it's a really hard choice to decide, but I did do a lot of thinking, and having come to my decision, I'm going to pick Bill Murray in The Jungle Book, because he was just absolutely perfect as Baloo. I honestly can't imagine any other actor playing Baloo other than the late Phil Harris, who voiced Baloo in the 1967 animated version of The Jungle Book. For favorite comedic movie. Ooh. I did not see Bad Moms or Ghostbusters. I hated How to Be Single. Central Intelligence was okay. Neighbors 2 Sorority Rising was okay. I gave them both a 6 out of 10. I guess of these two, I'm going to have to pick Central Intelligence, mainly because Neighbors 2 was pretty much just a carbon copy of the first movie, which was both a good and a bad thing. But since Central Intelligence had a scenario where Kevin Hart and Dwayne Johnson switch up their roles, in which Kevin Hart plays the straight man and Dwayne Johnson plays the annoying one instead of the other way around, I'll give that the advantage here. Favorite comedic movie actor? Let's see. Out of these, I'm going to pick Ryan Gosling because The Nice Guys is one of the most underrated movies of the year. It came out at a pretty bad time, unfortunately, because it was smack dab in the middle of all these superhero movies in May, and even though it did get good reviews from critics, the critical praise as well as Ryan Gosling and Russell Crowe's star power were sadly not enough to save it. Luckily, Ryan Gosling is expected to get some Oscar recognition for his movie La La Land, so we'll at least see him at all the award shows. Alright, favorite comedic movie actress. Anna Kendrick, I did not like her in Mike and Dave Need Wedding Dates. Well, okay, she was doing the best she could, but her character was just not a good character. Kristen Bell, her character was the one good character in the movie The Boss, but yet she was still a big pushover who just let Melissa McCarthy walk all over her. I hated Rebel Wilson's character in How to Be Single, easily one of the worst characters of the year. Melissa McCarthy's character in The Boss, Michelle Darnell, is easily the worst character she's ever played. Kristen Wiig, I did not see her in Ghostbusters, but she was in Masterminds, and while I could tell she was trying to do her best, that movie was just absolutely awful, and I hated the first trailer that I saw for it. I thought, oh god, this movie's going to be a disaster. And I did my best to go in with an open mind. I was like, please make this movie be good. I wanted that movie to be good because Jared Hess, who directed one of my all-time favorite films, Napoleon Dynamite, also directed Masterminds, but unfortunately he just did a terrible job, so I'm afraid I cannot vote for anyone in this category. Favorite dramatic movie? Out of these nominees, I'm going to go with Sully. For favorite dramatic movie actor, again, like I talked about earlier, Tom Hanks is one of my favorite actors of all time, and I just love him in almost everything he does, and out of these 5 nominees, I truly think he gave the best performance of them, so he gets my vote. For favorite dramatic movie actress, this is a very good lineup. Come on. And all these actresses, I think, did excellent work this year. But out of all these, I'm going to go with Amy Adams, mainly because Arrival is one of my favorite films of the year, and I have a very strong hunch that she'll get another Oscar nomination for it. If she does, it will be her 6th nomination. Favorite family movie? Alice Through the Looking Glass and The Secret Life of Pets, no. Finding Dory, it's pretty good, but for me it's between The Jungle Book and Zootopia. And ultimately I'm going to go with The Jungle Book because The Jungle Book is not only one of my favorite films of the year, well, Zootopia is as well, but it's also the best live-action remake of a Disney animated film. Favorite thriller movie? Now, this is going to be controversial for some of you, but I'm going to go ahead and pick The Girl on the Train. I know a lot of people didn't like that movie and felt it was a Gone Girl ripoff, but having read the book earlier this year and seeing the movie and being aware of some changes they made, I still liked the movie anyway, and I thought all the performances, particularly Emily Blunt's, were excellent. Favorite movie icon? Now, this is a very hard choice to make, because all these men individually deserve a favorite movie icon award of any kind. But I'm just going to go with the trend that I've been doing earlier and once again pick Tom Hanks, because Tom Hanks is just one of those actors who deserves to win every type of award. Alright, now into television. Let's see, out of these shows, The Big Bang Theory is the one I've seen the most out of these shows, so I'm going to vote for that. For favorite network TV comedy, this is a tough one because haven't really seen too much of Jane the Virgin, but I've seen a bunch of all the other 4 shows. Modern Family is probably the one that I've liked the most out of them, so I'm going to pick that. For favorite comedic TV actor, out of these 5, it'd probably be between Anthony Anderson and Jim Parsons. Jim Parsons has won this award numerous times, and he certainly has been deserving of some of those wins, but Blackish, I think, is a very funny show, and Anthony Anderson is certainly very funny on it, and he plays a character that's very different from Jim Parsons' character on The Big Bang Theory. And he's one of those sitcom dads that's actually really funny. So for that reason, I'm going to pick him here. For favorite comedic TV actress, I think I'm going to go with Sofia Vergara because Gloria has always been one of the funniest characters on Modern Family. Plus, she's just an absolutely stunningly beautiful woman. I mean, anytime you see Sofia Vergara in anything, whether it's a commercial, Modern Family, or at an award show, she just stands out as just this gorgeous, jaw-droppingly beautiful woman. Who's also very funny, except for Hot Pursuit. Ugh, that movie was awful. But at least on Modern Family, she's funny. For favorite network TV drama, I guess I'm going to go with How to Get Away with Murder, because Viola Davis is one of my favorite actresses working today. For favorite dramatic TV actor, even though I haven't seen too much of Empire, I guess I'll go with Terrence Howard because he's the name I'm most familiar with, and I've loved him in a lot of his other projects he's done. Although from the bits and pieces I have seen of Empire, he is very good. For favorite dramatic TV actress, Viola Davis. Like I said, one of my favorite actresses working today. Favorite cable TV comedy. I really don't like It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. I hate all the characters on that show. None of them have any redeeming qualities, in my opinion. I know many people, including my own brothers, have said, well, that's the whole point of the show. You're not supposed to like these characters. They're supposed to be immature, but I don't know. I've tried to connect with that show, but I just can't. I haven't really seen Atlanta, Baby Daddy, or Real Husbands of Hollywood. I've seen some bits, and although I've heard a lot about Younger, I haven't really seen too much of it, so I'm going to skip over this category. And then favorite cable TV drama. Never been interested in Pretty Little Liars because that show mostly appeals to just teenage girls. I've heard a lot about The Americans, Bates Motel, and Mr. Robot, but I haven't really seen too much of it. I've sort of heard about Queen Sugar, that's on the Oprah Winfrey Network, but I haven't seen it, so I'm going to skip over this category. Favorite cable TV actor. I think I'm going to skip over this because I haven't really seen too many of the shows. Same thing with favorite cable TV actress. For favorite TV crime drama, I've heard a lot about these crime shows, of course, but I don't really watch them too much, so I'm going to skip over it. Same thing with favorite TV crime drama actor and favorite TV crime drama actress. Favorite premium drama series, just based on stuff that I've seen on YouTube or Netflix or things like that. I'm going to go with House of Cards because it's Kevin Spacey. He's awesome as Frank Underwood, and he's also one of my favorite actors of all time. Favorite premium comedy series, let me see. Haven't really seen too many of these, unfortunately. Particularly Veep. I've heard many great things about Veep, but I don't have HBO, so I haven't been able to see it. I've heard a lot of great things about Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt, but I haven't really watched too much of it, so I'm going to have to skip over it. Favorite premium series actor. Kevin Spacey, very easy pick for me. Let's see, favorite premium series actress. I forgot to mention in my nominations video, I'm really surprised they didn't get Robin Wright in this category, because if anyone who watches House of Cards knows that she and Kevin Spacey are both what make that show great, because without one, the other doesn't really function as well. So, but I guess out of these choices, I'll have to go with Claire Danes. Favorite network sci-fi fantasy TV show. Alright, this is a very easy pick for me. If it'll just scroll down. Come on. Yep. There we go. Once Upon a Time. I love this show. It's kind of like my guilty pleasure show because it's not a show that it's not trying to be a prestigious Emmy show like Game of Thrones or House of Cards, but for a lifelong Disney fan like myself, I like it for that reason, because the premise of that show is what would the real world look like if the Disney characters lived there and took on like real life identities, basically. For favorite cable sci-fi fantasy TV show, haven't really seen any of these too much, so I'm not going to vote for it there. Favorite premium sci-fi fantasy series. Game of Thrones is the one I'm most familiar with. You know, I haven't been able to see really any full episodes, but I've seen a lot of YouTube clips that they put up, so, and from what I've seen, I've really liked, so I'll pick that. Plus, Game of Thrones is just inescapable in pop culture. Even people who don't watch the show know what Game of Thrones is. For favorite sci-fi fantasy TV actor, don't really watch these gentlemen's shows, so I'm going to skip over them. I wish at least one of the Once Upon a Time actors like Josh Dallas or Robert Carlyle or Colin O'Donoghue were nominated here. Then I'd vote for one of them. For favorite sci-fi fantasy TV actress, this is a very easy pick for me. Where is she? There she is, Jennifer Morrison. She's really great on Once Upon a Time. Plus, like Sofia Vergara, she's an absolutely stunning, beautiful woman. Favorite competition TV show. Out of all these, I'm going to go with The Voice, because that's the one that I watch the most. Or favorite daytime TV host. Let's see. I don't really watch Dr. Phil, but even if I did, I wouldn't be voting for him, especially with his recent controversy involving his interview with actress Shelley Duvall, in which she showed just how bad of a mental state she's in. and many people accuse Dr. Phil of trying to drive up ratings by exposing this, basically. I mean, if it leads to her getting help, that's a good thing, I guess, but still, it just didn't come off right. I mean, I don't recall too many people saying positive things about that episode of his show. But for all the others we have here, I think I'm going to go with Ellen DeGeneres, because she knows how to be funny about almost anything, and yeah. Favorite daytime hosting team? This is a tough one. I guess I'll put it between either Good Morning America or the Today Show. I mean, they're both great hosting teams, but I guess I've always been kind of drawn to the Today Show team more, so I'll pick them. Favorite late night talk show host? Oh boy, this is a very tough one because I love all 5 of these guys right here. I watch their YouTube clips, I watch their interviews, and I just love anything they do. I'm trying to think. I guess I'm just gonna have to randomly close my eyes and let the mouse do the picking. Jimmy Kimmel. All right, I'll go with him. Favorite animated TV show? I don't really watch too many of these too often, but I guess out of all of them, I'll go with The Simpsons. I know a lot of people felt The Simpsons lost its edge a long time ago, but it's still an American icon, so there you. Favorite actor in a new TV series? I'll go with Milo Ventimiglia because I've watched some episodes of This Is Us on NBC.com, and it's quite an addicting show, so. And then for favorite actress in a new TV series, I'll go with, no, not Minnie Driver, Mandy Moore, also on This Is Us, where she plays Milo Ventimiglia's wife. Alright, favorite new TV comedy? Come on. Haven't seen any of these, to be honest, so I'm not going to pick any of them. And favorite new TV drama? I'm sure you guys can already guess this before I pick it. This Is Us. Alright. Now we're into the music categories. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Favorite male artist. Let's see. I'll go with The Weeknd. I'm just glad that Justin Bieber's not nominated in this category. But The Weeknd is actually very good. I've heard several of his songs, and I haven't hated any of them. There aren't a lot of new artists these days whose songs I've been able to like 100%, but The Weeknd is one of those few modern artists who, in my opinion, has not made a bad song yet. For favorite female artist, this is a very easy choice for me, Adele. Adele. Adele just has one of the best singing voices I have ever heard in my life, so that alone is reason enough for me to vote for her. Favorite group? Coldplay, easily. Coldplay is among my top 5 favorite bands of all time, and I've always loved them, and I will love them until the day I die. Favorite breakout artist? Let's see. Out of all these, I'm not going to vote for these two because I don't like One Direction, never was a fan of the Jonas Brothers either, and I don't really like Joe Jonas's new music now with that band. Never liked the Chainsmokers. I hated that Selfie song. Their new songs are better but not as good, so I guess I'll go with Alessia Cara. Some of the songs I've heard from her I have liked. Favorite male country artist? I'm not really a country person, but out of these country guys, the one who had the best song that I actually somewhat like is Tim McGraw, my local radio station that I love to listen to, which is not usually a country radio station. They sometimes play Tim McGraw's new song, Humble and Kind, which is actually pretty good, so for that I'll vote for him. Favorite female country artist. So you got some contemporaries like Carrie Underwood and Miranda Lambert, mixed with legends like Dolly Parton and Reba McEntire. I guess I'll go with Dolly Parton because even though I'm not a country lover, she's written some great songs that can be loved by anyone, by any fan of any genre. In fact, actually, one of her most famous songs became famous for being sung by somebody else. Dolly Parton was the original writer and performer of I Will Always Love You, which was then, of course, covered by Whitney Houston for the movie The Bodyguard, and ultimately more people think of it as a Whitney Houston song now than a Dolly Parton song. But if Dolly Parton had never written that song in the first place, Whitney Houston would never have sang it. So we have Dolly Parton to thank for that. Favorite country group. Let's see. I'm honestly surprised Lady Antebellum wasn't nominated here. I had forgotten to mention that in my nominations video because some of their songs I actually do like. Florida Georgia Line, hell no. They're the bro country of country music. They're the Nickelback of country music. The only one I guess I've somewhat liked is Little Big Town from some of the songs that I've heard. So I guess I'll vote for them. Favorite pop artist? Again, an easy pick for me. Adele. Favorite hip-hop artist? I don't really listen to too much rap. It's never really been a favorite genre of mine, but of the songs I have listened to, the ones that came out as the best to me were by Kendrick Lamar. For favorite R&B artist, I guess I'll go with The Weeknd again. Some people might be like, well, why didn't you pick Beyonce? She's the biggest R&B star in the world, and indeed she is, and I've liked a lot of her songs, but I'm not really a super fan of her music. It's good, but I don't feel like I have to listen to it all the time. For favorite album, I haven't really listened to any of these albums, so I'm not going to vote for any of them. I'm surprised Adele's album 25 wasn't on there. I know that came out over a year ago, but it came out after the nominations of last year's People's Choice Awards. And I wish her song Hello had been in here as well for favorite song. But I guess out of all these, I'll go with Can't Stop the Feeling because even though I don't think it's the absolute best song of the year, it's still a catchy song, although I don't necessarily think it'll need to get like an Oscar nomination because it's part of the animated movie Trolls, but I wouldn't be surprised if it is nominated there. It's basically this year's equivalent of Happy from Despicable Me 2. Okay, so now we're in the digital categories. Favorite social media celebrity. I don't really go on these people's social media accounts, so I'm not going to vote for them. For favorite social media star, like I said in my nominations video, I'm only really familiar with Cameron Dallas and Nash Grier, but I don't really watch their stuff. And the other three I've never heard of at all, so I'm not going to vote for anyone here. Come on. For favorite YouTube star, although I've heard of many of these people, I don't really watch their videos too often, so I'm not going to be able to pick anybody. No, I don't want to vote for Tyler Oakley. I don't watch enough of his videos to vote for him. For favorite comedic collaboration, this is a very easy one for me. You got to go with Alec Baldwin and Kate McKinnon as Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton on Saturday Night Live. Saturday Night Live always gets a boost up when it is dealing with politics. Oh, and this is a new category that must have been announced after the original People's Choice Awards nominations came out. CBS.com's favorite digital obsession. 360 in VR, Facebook Live, Mannequin Challenge, Pokemon Go, and Snapchat lenses. Never got into any of them, so I'm not going to vote for them. And we're now back to favorite movie, so that means I have completed all my votes for the 43rd People's Choice Awards. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.